Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 Gabrielle Trainor Medal presented by our proud partners Harvey Norman. My name's Alison Zell and it's a pleasure to be joining you on your couch, in your living room or at your dining table here this evening. It's great to have our entire AFLW crew right here with us, as well as all of you watching on from home. None of us expected the AFLW season to end like that, but it's wonderful to be able to come together in this way tonight and celebrate and reflect on what has been an eventful start to 2020. Before we begin proceedings, the Giants acknowledge Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the traditional custodians on the lands and waters in which we live, learn, work and play. We pay respects to elders past and present, and we stand strong together with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait leaders of tomorrow. We'd also like to welcome a number of special guests joining us here this evening, including members of the Giants board, including Chairman Tony Shepherd, AFL Commissioner and the person this night is named after, Gabrielle Trainor, representatives from AFL New South Wales and ACT, members of the Giants Foundation Board, Katie Page and Samantha Waters from Harvey Norman, Damien Meredith and the team at Kia, our partners at Westfund and the ACT Government, and members of our M7, C7 and Captains Club coteries, as well as our valued AFLW player partners. To officially open the evening, please welcome Giants Chairman Tony Shepherd.
Oh, thank you, Zelly, and thank you very much for putting this together. You've done an outstanding job as usual. Look, I wish we were all together here in person. It would be lovely to be here in person, but it can't be. This is my favourite event of the year. This is the event I always look forward to because it's just such a buzz. But anyway, we're doing our best, and this will turn out to be a great event, I'm sure. It's great to have everyone gathering tonight to look back on our 2020 season during these, I guess, very trying times. but really great to have my good friend Gab Trainor here for the event named in her honour. Gab has done tremendous work for the growth of AFL in New South Wales and continues to do it. And of course, she was an inaugural director of our club, so she was there in the early days when we started out the board meetings in the grandstand at the back of Blacktown Park. So she's been right with us from the get-go and a great supporter. And when it came to naming this award, it was just a no-brainer that we name it after Gab. It was a great season for the AFLW. We did a great job, heartbreaking the final against Melbourne, but you know what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, and we'll be back next year or this year bigger and better than ever. So it's just a great season, and congratulations to the team and all of you for a fantastic year. And we're looking forward tonight to celebrate that a bit more. Thanks very much to our key partners of the AFLW Women's Program. It's been one of the most amazing things, just how many sponsors are just so happy to get behind this program. And we've got Sam Waters is here from Harvey Norman. Sam, thank you very much. Harvey Norman have been here from the get-go. I remember when Katie rang me up and said, we're in, and I think it was the morning we actually announced the formation of the team. And so Harvey Norman have been with us from the get-go. But we've also got Kia, another wonderful sponsor. Of course, in our household, we drive a Kia as well. We've got Westfund, a great outfit, and of course, Facilities First, who joined us recently and a tremendous sponsor, a new sponsor of the Giants. You are wonderful partners, and we thank you for your support, because without you, we wouldn't be here, frankly. We're eyeing off the 21 season, and already we can't wait for it. We came a long way in 2020, and we have no doubt that there are big things to come for this group in the 21 season. We're looking forward to it, and I'm sure you'll do extremely well. Congratulations from the board of the Giants to all our award winners this evening, and please enjoy the night, and including the champagne, which we're all participating in now. And that was a great gesture from Dave Matthews too, to everybody. So go the Giants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tony. Now, we all know that our commercial partners play an integral role in getting our AFLW team on the field each and every week. And while we can't gather in the same room this year, we've been lucky enough to have some messages of support sent through to us.
Hi, John Goodgame from Westfund Health Insurance. I wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate the women's team this year on an outstanding season. I am an AFL fan living in New South Wales, so I follow the Giants, both men's and women's, very closely. And it was outstanding to see your 4 wins this season and then narrowly going down in that final. I think more importantly, it's been fantastic to see the inspiration that you're providing for the young females. And I see that all the way through our regions out to Bathurst with one of my colleagues' daughter taking up the sport this year and doing very well as well. So thank you for a great season, and all the best going into next year.
The entire Giants AFLW team for a tremendous season. A little bit shaky last year, but this year was tremendous. Second year, and to make the finals, a huge effort. Now, from everyone at the Kia team, we're so behind you for next year. We'll go even better, make the granny, kick a bag and win the flag. So can't wait for 2021. Bring it on and enjoy tonight. Cheers.
Hi Giants team, Sam Waters, Head of Sponsorships from Harvey Norman. Just wanted to say a huge congratulations Giants team for another incredible season. Definitely had some nail-biting moments, and weather again wasn't on our side. But I just want to say on behalf of myself, Katie Page, the full sponsorship team and the wider Harvey Norman, we're so proud of you, your commitment, your passion and your discipline again. Bring on next year, enjoy tonight, we wish you all the best.
Now, as mentioned earlier, it's wonderful to have the person that our AFLW Club Championship is named after in the Zoom here this evening. She's one of the most influential figures in our club's short history and a pioneer for the development of female football in New South Wales. Please welcome former Giants board member and current AFL Commissioner, Gabrielle Trainor.
Thank you so much, Sally, for that very kind introduction. I'd like to just say hi to all the Giants players, their families, the fans on the line, our fantastic corporate sponsors, the Giants officials, and particularly Tony and Dave. Thanks for inviting me here again, and thanks to the team who've put tonight together. It's, of course, the first day of National Reconciliation Week, so a very good reason for me also to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands wherever we are. We're one all across Australia tonight, aren't we? And we pay our respects to elders past, present and future. COVID is obviously one of the most serious global threats that we've ever faced, and is taking such an enormous toll. But I suppose amidst all that's grim, I'm not alone in thinking that I've never read so much funny stuff on social media, never had so many funny texts. You've probably got lots of favourites yourself, but and you've probably seen this one, but one of my favourites was the picture of Dr. Emmett Brown sitting in the DeLorean saying to Marty McFly, "Rule number 1, don't ever set it to 2020. And the other one that I really liked was the guy who's sitting at his desk with the door shut and a sign on his window saying, "Do not enter, please respect my privacy, nothing to do with coronavirus, I'm just a miserable bastard." But as far as we're concerned, season 2020 didn't finish quite the way we wanted it to, either for the AFLW or for the Giants. But as a team, there's no doubt that we are on absolutely the right trajectory in the competition. And congratulations, everybody, to some terrific wins. Finishing second on the conference table, a great credit to you, and some terrific individual performances about which we're going to hear more tonight. I think it was the best AFLW season yet, no doubt, with 4 extra teams, and overall a really good, clean style of footy that was really, really popular. None of that happens, of course, without great leadership. And we've got some amazing leaders here at the Giants all over the club. I've only got 3 minutes to speak, not 3 hours, so I won't even try and name them. But, of course, you all know who they are, and some of them even have some speaking parts tonight. Every season, of course, comes with great challenges, injuries, personal and financial issues, leaving home states, families and jobs, and now COVID. But it's so clear that the resilience of the Giants just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. It's quite remarkable, and the commitment to each other is almost visible, I think, both on the field and off. We're really certain about what we stand for as the Giants women's team. I know you've all talked a lot about your values and what's important, why you're here, what your purpose is. And that sort of incredible commitment to each other is really visible on the field and off. I'm overwhelmingly proud of this team. Putting on my AFL hat just for a second, can I say that our commitment to the AFLW is absolutely rock solid and unwavering. Women's football is a massive priority for us. 34% of people playing the game at this moment, almost 600,000 people, are female. We need to keep up this momentum. We've built an amazing competition in AFLW in only 4 years. We need to make the game each year get better and stronger and encourage more women and girls, more fans, old and young, to love our game as much as we do. Even though we're not in the one room tonight, we do join to celebrate our team and all it means to us and to everyone. We'll keep going through these surreal times, supporting each other toward the season ahead. And I know you've been an incredible group supporting each other through from the end of the season until now, and you'll be continuing to do that. So I look forward to honouring Giants women tonight and even more to the flag in 2021. Thank you.
Thank you so much for bearing with us, and welcome back to the 2020 Gabrielle Trainor Medal, proudly presented by Harvey Norman. Now, let me tell you, it's a big thanks to Craig behind the scenes. It's a one-man show out here in his garage, and I promise there's plenty going on behind the scenes, but we're hoping that it's a little bit smoother sailing from here on in. So it's time to get into it all. Before we get into some of the awards, I'll outline the voting system that was used in 2020. After every game, head coach Alan McConnell and his assistant coaches Roger Moten, John Vlatko and Darren Ratton award votes to players as they see fit on a scale of 1 to 4, with a maximum of 16 votes per player per round. The votes continue through the final series, and then they're tallied up with the player with the most votes crowned the Gabrielle Trainor medalist. So now it's time to get into the count. We'll go right back to round 1 in early February. It was the first game for the Gold Coast Suns, played in torrential conditions at Blacktown International Sports Park. It was an Amy Schmidt goal that proved to be the difference, with the Giants holding on by 1 point. So let's take a look at the votes for round 1. Looking at the votes, 3 players collected 5 votes, with another 3 polling 6. Ellie Brush scores 7 votes, while Jess Dalpos is up there too. Alicia Eva and Elise Parker polled 12 votes each. Then a week later, we travelled to Tasmania to take on the North Melbourne Tasmanian Kangaroos, who handled the windy conditions a little better to down the Giants by 18 points. Turning our attention to the vote getters for round 2, and it's great to see a number of players polling votes for the first time. A quartet of players were on 5 votes, while debutant Lisa Steen is one of 3 players to get 6 votes. For the second week in a row, Alicia Eva polled the most votes with 7. So now we'll take a look at the leaderboard after 2 rounds. We've got 4 players tied on 7 votes, and Hicks, Barr and Tully all sitting on 8 votes. Annalise Lister is in 6th spot, with Zrika and Bennett's ahead of her on 11 votes. Our top 3 after 2 rounds sees Alicia Eva lead the way from Jess Dalpos and Elise Parker. So we'll pause the count there for the moment and turn our attention to the first award of the evening, and that is the 2020 Rising Star Award, proudly presented by Harvey Norman. This person made her debut in round 2, where she settled into the backline and played every game after that. She averaged 10 possessions a game at a disposal efficiency of 79%. The winner of the 2020 Rising Star Award, thanks to Harvey Norman, it's Lisa Steen.
Woo! Yeah, Lise.
Hey!
So Lisa, you get to be the first person of the night to unmute yourself and come towards the camera. First off, tell everyone behind you to be quiet. Tell us who you're with and who would you like to thank?
I am with Nick, Ezzy, George, Sticky, Em, Lloyd and Elle. And I would like to thank the coaches, obviously, for the award. Wouldn't have had it without them. And mainly just to the team this year. It's been such a good culture and such a good group to be around. I don't think I would have developed the way that I did without the support of the girls. So that's really who I want to thank the most.
Congratulations, Lisa, and well done on successfully meeting yourself and being the first one to do so this evening.
Wow. Give her a trophy.
So our next award for the evening is the 2020 Giants Community Award, presented by the Giants Foundation. This person has continued to be a leader in the work she does in our community. She's an ambassador for the Youth Mental Health Foundation Headspace, and also recently put her health and fitness knowledge to good use by helping Education New South Wales during the COVID-19 shutdown. We might need to come back to the same household, because the winner of the 2020 Giants Community Award is Nicola Barr.
Woo!
Nick, you've got to come forward and talk to us, please.
Oh my God. Great photo, Nick.
Nick, tell us about some of the work you do and why it means so much to be able to win this award presented by the Giants Foundation.
It's really exciting. It's the second year in a row now that I've been awarded this, so I'm really, really excited that that I can contribute to raising awareness about mental health and contributing to that in any way that I can. So it's something I'm very passionate about, and super excited. And this is a really nice way to spend a Wednesday night with everyone. So thank you so much, guys. It's very exciting to win this award. So looking forward to the rest of the evening. Cheers.
Congrats, Nick, and very well deserved. Now, we hope you're enjoying the 2020 Gabrielle Trainor Medal, proudly presented by Harvey Norman. The members of our AFLW team mean so much to the club and all who pull on the jumper. So we're delighted to have the support of Kia for our next award, the Members' Choice Award. This person has had an outstanding season. She took her game to a new level, playing every game in 2020 and earning her first All-Australian honours. At just 19 years old, there's no doubt Giants members have plenty to look forward to for years to come. We're going to head to Holbrook for the winner of the 2020 AFL Women's Members' Choice Award presented by Kia. It's Elise Parker.
Woo!
Yay!
Elise,
thank you very much.
who would you like to thank?
Yeah, like I said, an amazing honour to receive this award, and the members and the support that we have is what drives us, and to turn up to each game and look into the stands and see the people that support us each week, whether it be at the game or in front of the TV. It's amazing and special to be a part of, and especially when the weather's not in our favour and it's pouring rain, but they're still there. It's very grateful to be playing in front of the support that we have, but to thank our partners, in particular Kia, behind this award for your support behind our AFLW program and the way that you allow us to play out our dream of playing AFLW, and to Harvey Norman as well, who are huge in our members base in the way that they support the people that we have behind us, whether that be through their stores or just the support that they have at a game. So thank you very much for their support and the way that they help us have our members behind us.
Well done, Elise, and a brilliant speech. So now it's time to get back to the count, and we are up to round 3. The Giants return to Blacktown against another newcomer, the West Coast Eagles. And nothing could stop the home team as they held the Eagles scoreless until the final term to record a 28-point victory. So taking a look at the votes for round 3, and there were plenty of players who polled. Randall, Dowpos and Lister all polled 9 votes each, while Parker and Privatelli hit double figures. But the standout player was Elle Bennett with an impressive 14 votes for the game. Now, in round 4, it was the Giants who travelled north to take on Brisbane. The Lions were too strong for the Giants, with a dominant third quarter ending the hopes of our girls securing their first win in Queensland. So taking a look at the vote getters for round 4, it's great to see Jess Allen poll 3 votes, as well as Yvonne Bonner, who played on through injury. Zrika, Barclay and Tully all polled 6 votes each, and once again, Elle Bennett led the way with 7 votes. Now taking a look at the leaderboard after 4 rounds, we've got Barr and Lister holding up the top 10, Privatelli and Randall equal on 19 votes each, Tully, Zrika and Parker in a tight race, and the top 3 has Alicia Eva on 28, Jess Dalpos 1 vote ahead of her, and we've got a new leader with Elle Bennett on 32 votes. So we'll pause the vote count there and turn our attention to a number of other awards, starting with the Mark of the Year presented by Westfund. It should come as little surprise that the winner of the Giants Mark of the Year is the same person who won the award for the entire competition. In her return to the elite level in 2020, she pulled in an equal AFLW high of 12 contested marks. So please welcome the winner of the Mark of the Year presented by Westfund. It's Rebecca Privatelli for her mark against the Gold Coast in round 1. Priv, you've made a few acceptance speeches lately, and you're probably not too shocked by this one. What would you like to say?
I just want to firstly thank all our sponsors for the year and all the support that they give us. A massive thank you to the club, in particular, Alan Bree, all the coaches, and Johnny in particular, just for all the support that they give me and the opportunity that they gave me this year to get back out on the field and play for the footy club that I absolutely love playing for. It's a massive honour to be a part of this club, and I'm really proud of us as a group and us, all the girls, for the massive effort that we put in this year. I'm really looking forward to what we can do in the future and for what's next for us as a team. Thanks everyone.
Well done, Priv. It's been a joy to watch you out there this year. So now we move on to the goal of the year, which is made possible thanks to Kia. The winner of this award played every game in 2020 and only kicked one goal, but this goal was a special one. It happened in the second term against the Crows in round 6, and it's been awarded the goal of the year thanks to Kia. The winner, it's Jodie Hicks.
Dangerous times for Adelaide. Rucks go at it good for Adelaide. Ball well, Shark decent. Hand off. The quick kick comes in.
I think we're looking forward to this acceptance speech. Jodie Hicks, who would you like to thank?
I'd just like to thank everyone. A bit unexpected and really glad I finally got a goal. I thought Halvo in her first year was going to get above me, but yeah, thank you very much, especially to everyone in the Giants, and it's nice to see everyone. Thank you.
Well done, Hicksy. So now we move on to the Leading Goal Kicker Award, which is presented by Harvey Norman. It was an achievement for this person to even take the field in 2020 following a horrific injury last year. Not only did she return to playing, but she played in all 7 games and kicked a career-high 8 goals, including 4 majors in round 5. The winner of the Leading Goal Kicker Award, thanks to Harvey Norman, it's Cora Staunton, all the way from Ireland.
Well done, Cora.
Ooh, go Cora!
Cora, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank everyone at the Giants. I suppose it's probably well documented with my injury now, but I'd especially like to thank 2 people for getting me back on the pitch and spending so much time trying to rehab my leg and get me out there for round 1. So especially thanks to Sim, who I think is with the Kellogg's and Brushy, so hope you're having a drink, Sim. And also a special thanks to Kay Robinson, my physio, for all the hard work they put in. So this award is especially for them. Thank you.
Well done, Cora. So it's time to get back to the count, and now we're up to round 5. This game was played in Wagga Wagga against Richmond, with the Giants recording their biggest ever AFLW winning margin, downing the Tigers by 45 points. Now there's plenty of big vote getters from the dominant victory, so let's take a look at who was amongst them. Last year's winner, Beck Beeson, was in there with 8 votes. Bennetts and Barr both with 10 votes each. Britt Tully polled well again, and Parker and Staunton were each handed 12 votes for their performance. Then after that, there was plenty on the line when the Giants travelled to Adelaide to take on the reigning premiers. With no opposition crowd to worry about, the Giants played an inspired game. With the Crows only kicking 1 goal after quarter time, the Giants hung on to win by 5 points and secure their first ever finals berth. So let's take a look at the votes from that game. We had Rising Star nominee Tate Mackerel receive 8 votes alongside Bennetts and Randall. Dalpos and Tully both polled double figures, with Staunton again impressing, but it was Elise Parker who's coming home strong with 13 votes. Now this is a very interesting leaderboard after 6 rounds, and we've got a tie at the top. What an exciting finish we have up. You guys can see it in a second. We won't let you have it just yet. But I can tell you that there's a tie at the top with Elise Parker and Elle Bennett's locked on 50 votes each. They're just 4 ahead of Jess Dalpos and Britt Tully. And then Jess Dalpos is 4 behind and Britt Tully 4 behind her again. I think you guys are just not going to be allowed to say it, and you're just going to have to trust me that we have a very tight vote count to come. As we know, there's just 1 game to go, which is the semi-final. And as we said, we've got a tie at the top with Elise Parker and Elle Bennett's on 50 votes each. So now it's my pleasure to introduce a person who's the heart and soul of the Giants and does a wonderful job leading the AFLW team as coach. Please welcome Al McConnell.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's good to be here and good to see everybody. So interesting times, and in fact, it's been a very interesting year. We started with 9 new players on our list, with 4 girls making their AFL debut. So Sarah Helvo, Lisa and Annalise all showed that they were worthy of their positions on our list. We also had Jess Allen, who made her debut for the Giants, but not her debut in AFLW, which is a great acquisition to our list. And I think Priv shows just where the competition is at. You know, she's a very talented player. Was on our list a couple of years ago, having been delisted or moved on from Carlton, and we delisted her, and she went away and worked really, really hard and came back and has had a fantastic year and just showed, I think, that the competition is moving towards one where you need to be a pro to be able to survive, and she's a great example of that. And of course, the other addition was the return of Britt Tully, who played for most of the year under duress with a crook knee and had a fabulous year after it, sitting the competition out for a year. So it was fabulous to have her back. Having thought that we'd settled our team, we were a little surprised by the retirement of our captain, Amanda Farrugia, not long after we finalised our list. And cheers to you, Amanda. I think we've tried our best to try and get you involved tonight, but I'm not sure that that's how you, that you see it as necessary, and I guess that's the nature of the beast. But the legacy you leave at both our footy club and football for women in New South Wales is a great legacy, and congratulations on your career. And I'm sure the club will find another way at another time and bend your arm up your back to get you to get involved. That opportunity led the way for Alicia Eva to take over as our captain, and what an amazing job she's done. I'm not sure it was no surprise to everybody or anybody in the organisation, and she certainly led from the front all year. I want to pay particular tribute to the 7 girls who are in our talent squad who trained with us all throughout the season, all girls out of New South Wales who aspire to be on AFLW lists, who play an integral part in getting us to the line each week to play. So Elish, Kayla, Lael, Toddy, Jazz and Sarah, in addition to Libby Graham, who ultimately replaced Amanda on our list but couldn't play. We really do appreciate the part you played in our team over the year. Another twist in the tail was the A-League deciding that they would manipulate their draw, and as a result of that, Brushy was only available for one game, and it was a bloody good game, but unfortunately we weren't able to get much more out of her for the rest of the year. So, you know, it wasn't without its twists and turns over the course of the year. I want to pay particular tribute to our Irish girls, Yvonne and Cora. It's a huge commitment to travel from the other side of the world to be a part of our footy club. We're grateful that you've done it. We appreciate the contribution you've made to our club, and we are a club like no other. And there are now 18 other copycats across the competition that have followed in your girls' footsteps. So you are trailblazers. Well done. It's a tough competition that we play in, and it's a very even competition. We played some fantastic footy. But every time we were slightly off, we showed just how tough the competition is. In Adelaide, in round 6, with lots of uncertainty leading into the game with illness and injury and various other things, I think we showed the real resilience that we have as a group that we've developed over the course of the last few years, and rightfully earned ourselves a position in a final series with a 4-2 win-loss season. Interestingly, I've got no doubt that if the season had gone on to its full 8 weeks, we'd have had a 6-2 season, and maybe people might have externally might have taken a bit more of a look at just how good a team we've become. Because I think at 4-2, people were able to sort of say, you know, we got lucky or we had a good draw or whatever. But trust me, every week we played, we got a little bit better. That leads to our first final. And what a great thrill to be able to lead you girls into our first final series against Melbourne. The third quarter in that game was as good a footy as any team played for the whole year. There's no doubt that we are a very, very capable team and more than hold our own in this competition. But right now, there's too big a difference between our best and our worst. And if you look at the last quarter, our ability to execute and our concentration, which I think are probably a reflection of right now how we prepare, still brought us undone. We were good enough to go on to be eligible for the preliminary final, but the truth is that game showed exactly where we're at, and therein lies the challenge for us going forward. At the end of last season, we had a pretty extensive review, and there were really three things that were at the fore of that review. One was the need to revisit our values and what was really important for us as a footy club and as a team, and how we managed and executed those things. Our footy IP, so our ability to understand the game and execute within the game, and our skills. We were very fortunate that we had a winter series and a training program that I thought held us in really good stead. And as a result of that, there's no doubt in all three of those areas we had really huge improvement, which came on the back of a really dedicated staff who fundamentally was the same group who worked with us through the AFLW season. Now, I'm not sure that I've seen AD online tonight, and if he's true to his word, he's probably filling washing machines or emptying them right now, so because we do know he carries the club on his shoulders. So thank you, AD. Our medical team, Jem Massey, who joined us late coming into the season, Kay, who we've already heard about and the great role she played with Cora's rehab, and Emma, plus her team of trainers, thank you very much. Zoe, who is at the forefront of making sure that our education program works efficiently and effectively, and is testament to the fact that our footy IP and our skills have all improved. Zoe, your contribution to that has been huge. Thank you. Sim and Billy, we probably have as good a injury run as anybody in the competition. I don't think we've had an ACL in the 4 years that we've been in the competition. It is great testament to the program that the two of you, and in particular you, Sim, run. You're a complete pro, and we're lucky to have you. Gail, you're the envy of everybody in the competition. We're grateful that you're involved. We love your cooking, and the support that Darren provides you in the psych space is also greatly appreciated. Tyson in recruiting does a great job. Many people don't even know that he's probably involved, but really is a great support to us off the field, and we appreciate everything that you've done, Tice, and we're grateful, Jason, that you've allowed him to work in our program for us, and it's been a great initiative for us. To the coaches, Rog, John, Rat, and Kellogg's, I think the great thing that the four of you bring is the fact that you're all there for the right reasons. You love the club, you love the players, you want them to be good, and I think it shows every day in the way you go about your work, and I'm grateful for what you do. Our players, Heath, Bunce, Reedy, and Mummy, you guys all kick off in another week's time, and we wish you all the best. Hopefully you can go one step better than you have in last season, but the commitment you show to our girls is wonderful, and we appreciate it very much. Bree, I think you're probably a recruit of the year in a lot of ways. Very grateful for the responsibility and the role you take, and the efficient and effective way that you go about it. And I'm sure, Bree, that you'd be happy to acknowledge that Asher jumping on board around weekends and stuff has been a great initiative and a great support for you. So thank you to the two of you. And yes, Munty, I have remembered this year. I am safe. You won't be needing to chase me down after the function. We do have the best nutritionist in the AFLW program, so thank you for your support, work and professionalism. I make no apology for the fact that we play to win. We play to enhance the standard and the reputation of footy for women in New South Wales. And we often talk about this, and I'm really proud of the fact that we not only produce a really good AFLW team, but we go out of our way to make sure that we support women's football in Sydney and Canberra and across New South Wales in a way that I'm not sure any other club does. And I'm very proud of that fact. But we also play to make our members and our supporters proud of us and proud to be a part of the Orange Army. And I think our supporters, I've spoken before about the fact that I feel that they're very harshly treated in a lot of ways in the public forum. And we're very grateful for the support that you show us, and hopefully you feel like we're giving back to you in a way that you appreciate. We do have a competitive advantage at this footy club, and there are 3 elements to that advantage. One is our club, the second one is our people, and the third one is our culture. In regards to the culture, I want to particularly thank Alicia as our captain, Dell as the vice captain, and Cora and Pep as the support network in the leadership group, who I think have really grown in that space over the course of the last 12 months. I'm not always that comfortable with being challenged, but I love the fact that you girls are more than happy to challenge me. And I'm really proud of the way that you have led this team and taken us to where we are right now, which is in a really good space. I want to congratulate all of the other trophy winners tonight. Acknowledge Tate for her Rising Star nomination, for Elle for her All-Australian nomination, and Parks for her space in the AFLW Team of the Year. I want to thank the board, Tony, the executive team led by Dave, the wider staff for all that you do for our AFLW program, because it is an added responsibility to most people in our staff's daily business. And I'm grateful for the enthusiastic way that everybody goes about that and makes it work so smoothly. I'm not sure if many of you subscribed to the Herald Sun in Victoria, but this week Mark Robertson wrote an article about the AFLW program where he interviewed Daniel Harford, who's the Carlton coach, who's spent a long time in the men's space. And Daniel talks in that article about, amongst other things, about the amazing energy that the AFLW program has. And he's absolutely correct. So much so that, in fact, I emailed him to congratulate him on, waving the flag for AFLW in general, and more particularly for the women who play it. So, for those who haven't seen it, I'd strongly recommend you get a hold of that article and have a look at it. Now, if we're all together tonight, I'd have driven my Kia to the event. I'd have made sure that I'd taken out health insurance through West Fund on the way, so that if I crashed, I would have some good coverage when I arrived at hospital. We'd have probably been having the event at a function facility that was managed by Facilities First. And we'd be watching on the big screen that would have been no doubt provided by Harvey Norman's. You guys, the contribution you make, it's one thing to talk the talk, walk the walk, it's another thing to talk the talk, and we appreciate very much the fact that you people put your hands in your pockets to make this possible for us. And in particular, Sam, I want to thank you and your organisation, not just for the support you provide for our team, but for me personally. In conclusion, I'm glad, the end of the season was, it was a bit of a rush. Everybody left town in a big hurry. And we're actually at the point where I think for the first time, probably 99% of our list saw Sydney as their home. And we need to make sure that we nurture that to ensure that continues to be the case going forward. I'm glad that you're safe. I'm glad that you've been able to get to your families, and we look forward to having you back in Sydney. I'm glad you're all Giants. I'm proud to be your coach. We've got some unfinished business. I want to just wish good luck to all of the guys who get back on the horse in another week's time. There's some unfinished business there that hopefully gets attended to over the next 20 weeks or so. And in closing, thanks again for putting up with me, girls. I love what I do with you. It is an amazing, amazing experience. Go Giants.
Well done.
Brilliant, Al. Very well done.
We love you, Alan.
A standing ovation.
Yeah, I
at
love
the
it.
Pepper, Alicia and Lou household, which is very well deserved.
Beautiful.
So we will throw back to Al for the Coaches Award, which is proudly presented by Facilities First. Al, could you give us a few words and present this very special award? Al, we might need to get you to unmute and present the Coaches Award thanks to Facilities First for us.
How am I going? Is that better?
Much better.
Very good. So, yeah, look, Coaches Award, quite prestigious in a lot of ways. I think acknowledgement for contributions made both on and off the field, for being an unbelievably outstanding role model. And I think we've got plenty of those at the Giants. And in fact, more than most teams, I think, in the competition. But I'm pleased to announce that the Coaches Award this year goes to Cora Staunton.
Hooray, well done, Cora.
A very well-deserving winner. Cora, it's been a very big year for you. What does this award mean?
Yeah, thanks, Zeddy. And thanks, Al, for the award. Yeah, it's obviously been a massive year. As I said earlier on, with the goal kicking award, I'd like to thank obviously the people I mentioned earlier on. I don't think unless you've been there through the journey, that you see the amount of work and effort put in. People, I suppose, asked me over the last year, how did you do it? How did you come back? And I suppose in a number of interviews, you'd say I was set a program. I remember after 2 weeks, driving into the club, actually Kay came to my apartment, picked me up, and drove into the club and sat there with Al, Sim and Kay and put in a program in place for the next 8 months. And, everything that Sim asked me to do or Kay asked me to do, I just followed it and done it. So, yeah, this is obviously a huge award, but, it's a team game at the end of the day. I'm lucky that, I'm in a leadership group with, wonderful people in our captain, Alicia, Dali, our vice captain and Pep and Tully. And, they're sounding boards when you need them and they're there to help you, when times of struggle. I suppose, I've on the team, my close friends in Tanya, there's times, I suppose, during the year you struggle and you bounce things off them. So there's so many people that you want to thank. Yeah, I suppose, when I broke my leg, I knew everything is possible. Your mind will let your body do whatever you want. So, yeah, I was delighted to be back on the field this year with the Giants. Obviously, when it happened last May, I didn't know if that would be possible, but with the support of the club, and that's right down from Dave to James, who I met in the gym more often than most, and to right down to Brie, Anthony Yask, over, and all the staff there, to all the rest of the physio staff as well. So, yeah, it's a huge award. Thanks to Al and the rest of the coaching staff. 3 years ago I came to this club, and I played for a club here for the last 20 plus years, and I always thought my heart would just be with them. But I am certainly, my heart is with 2 clubs now. So thanks to Al and all the playing group and the staff for all the work that they have done with me over the last 3 years. It's a huge honour.
Congratulations, Cora, and very well done.
Beautiful.
Now we hope you're enjoying the Gabrielle Trainor medal presented by Harvey Norman from wherever you may be watching this evening. We will go back to that leaderboard after 6 rounds because we have a massive finish to this year's vote count. Now, after 6 rounds, as we can see semi behind me, it's Elise Parker and Elle Bennett tied at the very top on 50 votes each. Just 4 behind is just Dalpos in 3rd place, and 4 behind her is Britt Tully. We've only got 1 game to go. So it's now time to return to the vote count for our final match of the season and revisit the historic first final for our AFLW team. With the global pandemic ramping up, the decision was made to cut the final rounds of the regular season and jump straight to the AFLW finals. Our first match at Giants Stadium ever doubled as the club's first ever AFLW final as we hosted the Melbourne Demons. The home team were dominant for much of the game and held a 15-point lead early in the final term, but a flurry of late goals to the Demons saw the Giants pipped at the post, going down by 3 points. So let's turn our attention to the vote getters for the semi-final. We have 4 players polling 3 votes each, with Bennett and Hetherington on 5 votes. Tully again takes home 7 votes behind Beeson on 9 votes, and once again Elise Parker tops the tally with 11 votes. So that brings us to the end of the vote count of an unpredictable season. We'll try this again, and I'll ask Al McConnell to read out the place getters for the Gabrielle Trainor medal.
So in equal third place, on 49 votes, a couple of good mates, people who are really, really integral to this team and this footy club. Congratulations, Britt Tully and Jess Delpos.
Woo! I've been on it. It's a joy.
Al, who do we have in second place for us?
So when you're nominated for an All-Australian spot, you've probably had a pretty damn good year. When you come from another sport, when you play National League in another sport, and you're also at that level in this sport, you're probably an unbelievably talented athlete. We're very lucky to have her as part of our team. Congratulations on being the runner-up, Elle Bennett.
Well done, Cora.
Thanks so much, Al, and congratulations to Britt, Jess, and to Elle. It's now my pleasure to ask Gabrielle Trainor to present the award named in her honour and announce tonight's winner of the 2020 Gabrielle Trainor medal.
Well, it's a great thrill to be awarding the medal tonight. I don't actually have a medal, but I have a giant scarf instead, a virtual medal. She's obviously had an extraordinary year. Holbrook is just going to go off tonight. There's no doubt about that, in a good socially distant way. But the winner this year, of course, as we all know, and are so thrilled for her and for the place that she's taken in this team and in this competition, Elise Parker.
Yeah.
Hey.
You can all unmute.
Yeah.
Well done, kids.
She is a very worthy winner. Elise, I'll make it easy for you and I'll throw a couple of questions your way so that you don't have to roll out a speech. So we're coming to you from your farm in Holbrook. Tate's made the journey up from Adelaide to be with you tonight. Tell us how you're feeling right now.
Well, I was just telling Tate I was almost going to burst into tears. I'm not sure if it's champagne or, but I definitely know it's because it's such a, it's a surprise to see the names that were named before me. They're amazing footballers, but even better people. And to be named alongside them in front of some incredible people that are behind this club, in our team, it's an amazing moment and something I'll never forget. Obviously, it's different times at the moment. I'd love to be with you all and be able to thank you all in person. But yeah, very surreal, but incredibly honoured to receive this.
So what has this second season been like for you?
It's been amazing. Obviously, it came to a very abrupt end, both with Corona and I guess our last quarter. But I think something that I think of quite a lot is probably if you remove that last quarter and think about the first 3 quarters and even the 3 weeks leading up to that, we were really building our brand and playing some amazing football, and it was probably the best few weeks of my life in the short career that I've played. So to think about that and the confidence that I can take from it, and I know that each player can take from it, it's really exciting heading into next year. But I've absolutely loved my second year, and we've built an amazing team with the work of Al and all the recruiting team at the start of the season. We made some amazing additions to our team, and I've absolutely loved getting to know them all and playing alongside them.
So you made a decision over the off-season after your first season to go back home to Holbrook and to not stay in Sydney, but you spoke about making a commitment to yourself over that time period, and you wanted to come back to the club with a few focus areas. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so obviously I came to a decision nearing the end of the season, whether it was to stay in Sydney for the 6 months or to head back home, which I ultimately decided to do. And I remember sitting down with Al, and I knew that if I was to leave my footballing base, which is at the Giants, then I wanted to make a promise to him and myself that I'd come back in the best position that I could. And from that moment on, I promised myself never to miss a running session or a gym session, do the best that I could to put myself in the best position coming back. But for me to come back to my favourite place in the world, being home, to be able to share a few months of having a break and being with my family was ultimately, I guess, the key in coming back in a much better position. In a way, I was a bit homesick, both in Sydney and then coming home, because I've been able to be surrounded by amazing people up in Sydney. In a way, it's allowed me to make a bit of a home base up there, which I've absolutely loved and really enjoyed. So to come back to that was super exciting. I remember the last few weeks being at home, I just couldn't wait to get back into it with all of us. And then the first session back was just awesome to be back with everyone. So to have that bit of break at home was amazing. I think it really set me up for my second year in AFLW.
So was there anything that changed for you between season 1 and season 2 and led you to obviously winning your first ever club championship, but also your first All-Australian honours as well?
Yeah, so obviously my first year was pretty much an experiment. I hadn't really experienced anything like it before, and everything that I did experience was a first, but it was very daunting the first few weeks. I remember Al sat me down, I think it was 2 months in, and said, "What's going on?" Because I couldn't actually catch a ball cleanly for the first 4 weeks. I was that nervous. But yeah, it was amazing a journey the first year. It was tough, but it was a good challenge, and I was just fortunate enough to be surrounded by such amazing people with our captain, Amanda, and Alicia, and the leaders that we had. They really helped me, being the youngest of the group and the only one drafted at the age of 18. So I was the baby by myself. But it was an amazing year to be a part of, and I was very fortunate enough to play every game. But yeah, coming back for my second year and just having that 12 months of experience behind you was, I guess, the key to me feeling more comfortable and confident in myself. And just, I think it probably broadened the love that I have for AFLW and more so this club and playing for it.
You spoke about Alicia there. We know she's had a huge impact on your career. She was your coach in your younger years, and she's now obviously your captain. Can you tell us a little bit about the influence that she's had?
I certainly can. To say that someone's been such a component of the reason why I actually chose to play AFLW in the first place. When I met her about 12 months before I was actually drafted, I hadn't come to the decision at all that I wanted to do AFLW as a career. I was still playing my other sports and loving them, and I guess football was just something that I was really enjoying with my friends. And with the AFL New South Wales pathway, I guess it broadened the eliteness of the program and really opened me up to how professional AFLW was becoming. But being in the program 2 years before that, and then coming in for my third and final year and having a coach like Alicia come in from Victoria, and I remember hearing that before I'd even met her that she was one of the most respected female coaches in the country, and after that first meeting with her, I knew what they were talking about straight away. We all, as a group, as 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds, walked away thinking she's an amazing addition to our New South Wales pathway. For me personally, like I said, she was a huge component in the reason why I chose to pursue this, and she was there every step of the way from the moment I met her. And for that first year, like I said before, I was the youngest by myself. I wasn't drafted with anyone else my age, which was probably the most daunting thing moving up to Sydney, but she was there every week, always checking in with me, always taking the time to catch up and see how I was doing, and to say that someone was there the entire journey and still is to this point, and now to come in as our captain is an amazing thing for myself. But I think I know that this club is incredibly humbled to have someone like that involved in our program, but also the entire club as well.
You've got one of the members sitting beside you. Can you tell us about the kids club? Because we're told that you're the one that started that this season.
Yeah, so Kids Club was an idea that I came up with the end of last year. I remember reflecting on the season and thinking how lucky I was to have the support from Alicia and the elder people of the group. And I remember thinking that I had a bit of an inch that I knew there was a couple young ones coming on, and I wanted to create a group for them to, one, enjoy their time as their first year, as it's quite tough, as I had just experienced, but just to have a group where they felt comfortable and a place that they belonged to. So I went to my good friend Tate here and asked her to come up with a name for me. I don't think she could have gone anything more original than Kids Club. But yeah, from then on, we brainstormed a few ideas. The first thing was the age, which is still a bit of a grey area at the moment. But for me to sit here, I can honestly say that even though I developed this group, and it was my idea with my friend Tate, I think I was actually the person that got the most out of having Kids Club. They've been amazing to get to know, and they've helped me through this season incredibly. So that's no word of a lie. I think I was actually the most lucky in this situation.
So it has been a remarkable year for you. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank?
Yes, it'd be very wrong of me to not thank so many people that have had a huge contribution to my journey. To start this, I remember last year at the presentation award, looking up at the top of the room and seeing the previous winners, and then to see BSO go and take it out. I remember thinking how lucky I was to play in a team alongside these amazing footballers who weren't just amazing players, but they were leaders and players and people of our club. So to share this award with them is probably the biggest honour that I could ever imagine. But firstly, to this amazing club, from Dave, James, Tony, and everyone from them, you've developed an amazing club in such a short amount of time, and we are one of the newest clubs of the program. But we have so much respect from the whole of the AFL community, and that's because of the work that you've done on both sides of the building with football development and also the admin side. So you all work extremely hard in your jobs. It's the reason why us as AFLW players have been able to start this and play out our dreams of AFLW. But to our sponsors, who play obviously the ultimate part in allowing especially the AFLW program to function, we couldn't thank you enough for your support and the contributions you give to us. Firstly, to Kia, for coming on board this year as a major sponsor. You've been amazing with the support you've given us. To Harvey Norman, who's been here since the start, and it's been amazing to actually understand the support you actually give us, both in your stores and also at the game. So to have your support right since the start has been amazing, and I know I'm excited to see where we can go together. And to Westfund, Giants Foundation and Facilities First, thank you very much for being on board with our program. We know that we're heading to amazing places, and we're very fortunate that you're going to be here with us. To all of our members and supporters, the ultimate drivers of our club, and like I said before, to see you up in the stands every week, and even if you're not there and you're watching from your homes on your couches, it's amazing the support that we have up at the Giants. I look forward to building that and having more to do with you, but just having you on the journey with us is amazing. I can't go without thanking the AFL New South Wales ACT Pathway, who pretty much started this journey for me 3 years ago, to Ash and Deno and the work that you do in building the AFL in New South Wales. It's amazing to see the difference in just 3 years, and I'm very fortunate enough to still be involved in the program and being a part of what's coming in the future. So thank you. To my family, who I know Mum and Dad are next door listening, but yeah, pretty much every player in this team knows that Mum and Dad don't miss a game, even though I constantly remind them that they don't have to be there. It's quite a big ask. But yeah, they haven't missed a game. They've been there since the start, and they've made huge sacrifices for me, not just in the last 3 years, but my entire time of playing sport. They've been, I guess, my biggest supporters. And yes, thank you for everything you've done, as well to my two sisters who've had to put up with an overly competitive younger sister. Wouldn't have been easy at times, but I appreciate your support very much. Back to Kids Club, I promised them I'd give them a shout out in any thank you speech I had to do in the next few years. Like I said before, I came out of this club as probably the biggest winner. I've absolutely loved running the club for you, but you're amazing young people with bright futures. So thank you for being good kids in this club, and I hope you carry it on with a good legacy. To the boys that help us out, Reedy, Bunce and Mummy, it's amazing to have the support of the AFL guys, and obviously it's exciting times that the AFL is starting back soon, so I'd like to wish them all the best. And yeah, just back to our team, to pretty much our dad of Dad's Army, Alan. You're an amazing coach. I know I wasn't here in your first year, but from what I can hear from the other players, that you're an amazing addition to our team, and you're probably a biggest attraction to why a lot of girls come to the Giants. So I thank you for everything you've done for me. You've become more than just a coach this year, and I appreciate the time you've given me. To Bree, someone who I don't think I've ever heard of someone who has such an amazing reputation, and everyone speaks so highly of you for the exact reason of the job that you do. You're the best in the business. You look after us very, very well. To Gail, our team mum, I thank you very much for your support. We love having you on board. To the 3 assistant coaches, we're surrounded by the best, and you've been amazing this year in driving each group. So thank you very much. And to Rog, the midfield coach, I appreciate what you've done for me this year in helping me develop my football. And to Sim, Bill, Munty, Massey, Kay, Emma, Zoe, 80, I apologise if I missed anyone, but thank you very much for everything you do for us in our program. We're, like I said before, we're surrounded by the best, and you really do help drive our program, and being there in game day and training, we appreciate it greatly. But to all of my teammates, I'm surrounded by absolutely incredible people, and this year was a huge eye-opener for the people that I'm surrounded by, and the way that you sacrificed a lot for me, but also was just there as a support. It was amazing to be a part of, and you're absolutely incredible footballers, but even better people. So thank you very much for everything you've done, and I couldn't leave without thanking our past captain, Amanda, who obviously it was very upsetting to see you leave, or even though we knew that you'd made the right decision, and we're very happy for the way that you left an amazing legacy with us. But thank you for continuing to support me even past your playing days. It's been amazing, and I'm very thankful for what you've done, not just this year, but the past years of being at the club. And to our current captain, Alicia, I spoke a bit about her before, but no word of a lie, she's been amazing for me. And like I said, it's lasted before I've been drafted, being my coach and transitioning to now my locker buddy, being next door. But thank you for everything you've done for me. I'm extremely grateful for the way you've impacted me and influenced me, and not just as a footballer, but a person as well. So thank you for everything. And the club's extremely lucky to have you on board as our captain. And I'm extremely excited for the future of this club and playing for this club in the future.
Everyone, please congratulate a very worthy winner and a superstar on and off the field, your 2020 Gabrielle Trainor medalist, Elise
Cheers.
Come on, give us some screen time! Give us some screen time!
So you clearly need no invitation, but if everyone would please charge their glasses, and to officially close the event and propose a toast to tonight's winner, please welcome Giants CEO David Matthews.
Thanks, Alison. If everyone can unmute so we can have a comprehensive round of applause and a toast to the 2020 Gab Trainor medal, Elise Parker. Elise. Congratulations, Elise. And also, what a brilliant speech. I'm sure everybody agrees.
Yes.
And also a congratulations to the runner-up, Al Bennett, who's just had a fabulous season. And as Alan said in his comments about Al, to come across from netball and become such a key player, not just with our team, but also this competition, it's been remarkable to watch. But it's a great story. Elise Parker out of our Giants Academy and the New South Wales pathway, and long may that continue. In closing, I want to just say a few congratulations and thank yous. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. I think it's been, under the circumstances, a really great occasion to be able to celebrate what was a terrific season and an historic season, one we'll look back on with pride as being the first time we played in AFLW finals. I want to thank Gab Trainor, who is just an outstanding person for not just our club but for the game, an inspiration in so many ways. And Gab, it's always gives us great pleasure now to host this night and continue to build the legacy you have in the game. So thank you very much.
Hey.
To the players, I'm always astonished at the commitment that you're prepared to make to this club and our competition that we're in. And I hope you feel that the commitment's reciprocated. As I said in the opening, just before we went on air, I think it is something that we have just been overwhelmed with. It's been even better than we expected, adding AFLW to our club. And it's not an add-on, as you know. You're an absolutely critical part. And I think we're all missing each other at the moment, but we can't wait to get everyone back together and catch up in person. But I want to thank the players. It's extraordinary what you've brought to our club, and we just love this involvement in the women's competition. To the staff in particular, without going through everybody, I obviously want to acknowledge Alan McConnell, who, when we chatted today, we were reflecting on his decision to take on this role in the first place. He's been the cornerstone of this program. He's the envy of every other club because of his character and his coaching ability and his care for the players and the staff. And he's just done an amazing job with it in a short space of time. And we shouldn't be surprised because he's built the men's program from day one, and he's now building the women's, and his legacy at this club's absolutely assured, and so is his future. And I'd like to propose a toast to the coach, Alan McConnell.
Yay, Alan.
And I agree with all the comments.
Down.
All the comments tonight on Bree. Bree, congratulations on your year and the role you play for our club generally. We're absolutely delighted with the leadership you've brought, and I know you're well supported by two other people that I want to acknowledge, which is James Avery and Jason McCartney. I didn't realise James is such an inspiration to you players in the gym, but that's obviously where he is a fair bit of the day. But it's just great that we've got this nucleus of people across the club. I know, talking to some people at other clubs, that it's very much segmented, but ours isn't. It's really integrated, and I think it's a real credit to James Avery's leadership as Chief Operating Officer, and also Jason coming in as GM of football. I want to congratulate Alicia Eva for taking on the captaincy and doing it so well. We've always been very, very grateful and feel privileged that you made the decision to join this club, and it was just such a natural thing for you to take on the captaincy, and you've done it brilliantly, and you're a key part of our club, and I just want to thank you for your work and your energy, and congratulate you on the role you played. And I want to leave the sponsors with an undertaking from our club that our commitment to this program won't just stand still, it'll increase. We're very grateful for the support you've given us, particularly Harvey Norman, as Tony said, have been with us since day one. And Sam, if you could pass on our thanks to Katie Page. But, all of the partners of our AFLW program from day one, we've had a big suite of corporate partners that get behind women's sport generally and our club in particular. And, we're very grateful. So stand by us, because we're absolutely going to ensure that this program goes from strength to strength. And look, I just leave you with a pretty simple message, which is just stay well, stay healthy, take good care of yourselves, and we look forward to seeing you when we can all get back together soon. But great occasion tonight. Congratulations again to Elise Parker in particular, the 2020 Gab Trainor medalist. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Dave, and thanks to everyone who's joined us either on the Zoom or online here tonight. Thanks to everyone who worked so hard behind the scenes to put tonight's event together. As you can probably agree, it's been a fantastic recognition of all the work and all the achievements of our AFLW team in season 2020. So that brings us to the end of tonight's broadcast presented by Harvey Norman, our premier partner. For those of you on the Zoom, you can hang around a little bit longer, but we bid you farewell and we hope to see you again in the 2021 season.